Okay, so we've just looked at this. Refers back to the question about the heights and weights of the football team. So you've got your data written down. The data we've already typed it into the GDC. Remember to label height and weight. Okay, from here, what we want to do, I'll do that step now. We're going to calculate X bar, Y bar, the average value that the line of best fit must pass through. So if we go to menu, statistics, stat calculations, two variable statistics. It then says, what is our X list? Well, we've defined that as height. Height is the independent variable and weight is dependent. So that's where, so our A column, height, is our X data. Weight, B column, is our Y data. We have one piece of data for each one, and we want our first answer to be in C column. The square brackets refers to C column. If we press OK, we get a series of values. You may have to go up or down to find the values. So X bar is 189 and Y bar is 89.6. So when we draw the line of best fit by eye, we will plot each value. So you'd have 186, 85 as a mark. And then you would also add in 189, 89.6 on your graph. And that's where your line of best fit must pass through. We want to then look at what that looks like. So if we press Control, Document, we're going to add data and statistics. We get a series of random dots, but we need to add variable. So if we add height, because again, that's our X data, we're going to add weight. That gives us our data that looks like a straight line. We know that our average point is somewhere around here. So our line of best fit is going to fit somewhere in here, okay? So when we're doing that by eye, we can just type that in. Just draw that onto our graph with a ruler, okay? So I'll go on to the next example where we're talking about speed. So it's the sled. Yeah, okay, so I want to go to number 4. Again, we've typed our data in as time. We typed it in as speed. I'll redo this data for you. So we've typed our data in. We want the average value, X bar, Y bar, because that's where the line goes through. Menu, statistics, stat calculations, two variable statistics. What was our X data? That's the time. What's this Y data? That's the speed. Speed is dependent on the amount of time that's passed. Where do we want our data? We want it in C column. Be careful not to overwrite your data. Hit enter. Do you want to overwrite? Yes. So again, X bar is 2 and Y bar is 23.04. You'll need that after you've plotted your values. Let's look at that on a scatter diagram. Control, Document. We're going to add data and statistics. We need to add variable, time, speed, negative correlation. Remember, this doesn't equal 0. So if you're answering other information bits, you may need to change your window. So this is called the window. And to do that, you're going to go Menu, Window Zoom, Window Settings. Here it starts at negative 0.4 and goes up to 4.4. Earlier, you saw that I went up to 20. Why maximum? Well, it's not going to go faster than 30 because it's slowing down. And to make sense of the mathematics, we could put 0, which means that the speed of the sled has stopped. Or if it doesn't make sense, but we can predict, we could choose something like negative 10. So here the sled's slowing down until it gets to here and then it's stopped. At this point, mathematically, this doesn't make sense because the sledge is now moving backwards. Yeah. So we need to look at what the line of best fit or what our data is saying. And if we're choosing to guess within our data set, that's interpolation. Guessing outside is extrapolation, but we don't necessarily know what's happening.